action. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So we are looking at factoring trinomials now that have common factors. So we're going to do a quick review again. So anybody that's still having a hard time here, we're going to look at a quick review of what we've been doing. Here is a quadratic, and it is in standard form. It looks like this. We're going to factor that puppy. We're going to change it into factored form. So we're looking at negative 20, negative 19. I'm thinking of the numbers 1 and 20. How about you? They need to multiply to give a negative, which means one's positive, one's negative. It's the only way two things multiply to give a negative. They add to give a negative, so the larger one better be negative. Let's see if it works. Negative 20 plus 1 is negative 19. Negative 1 times, hey! Life is grand. It is now in factored form. Let me just bring you up to speed on what standard form looks like in general. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Let me bring you up to speed on what factored form looks like. They tend to do this, where R and S are those factored values, those numbers that go in. Okay, just so that you're aware of what the form looks like. X minus R, X minus S. I don't know why they used those variables, but they did. Calculate the y-intercept. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to calculate the y-intercept, then you know that you're going to set the x equals 0. Now, at this point, are there any of you out there that know just to look at the standard form c value? So the y-intercept is going to be negative 20. But we can do that one of two ways, three ways actually. We can put 0 into the standard form, giving us negative 20. Or we can put it into the factored form, giving us negative 20. I like options. Options are fun. Don't care which one you do. Isn't it neat that it all works out? So this was option 1. This was option 2. This is option 3. Please don't do all 3 on your test. Just pick one. But the x-intercept, had kids coming up still confused on this x-intercept idea. Well, you're going to set y equals 0. Now, this is a problem. If you set standard form equal to 0, if you go to do this, you're stymied. You can't solve that. You can't put the x's and the x squareds together. It's okay to write that. That's not a wrong statement. It's just useless to you. You can't use it. Before we can use it, we have to factor it. You're actually becoming very mature mathematically. You're changing the way this looks to put it in a form that can be solved. You have to understand that those two are identical. They're just different ways of writing them. And when I have it this way, I now have two things that multiply to give 0, which means either the first one is 0, in which case x would equal 20, and it doesn't matter what this is, it would be 21. It would be 0 times 21 is still 0. Or this one's 0, which means that my x-intercepts are 20 and negative 1, but it's going to cross the x-axis at 20, 0 and negative 1, 0. That's what that means. I'm going to pause this video right now, and we'll come back.